Hello?
Hello.
Hello? This is Kotaku XP.
It is Kotaku XP. I'm Gita Jackson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's who I am. This whole time, I've been Gita Jackson.
I don't care who I am.
He's Tim Rogers.
Move over here a little bit.
So we can be closer friends?
No, because it'll look better. It'll look more like a show somebody would want to watch on the internet.
Oh, I thought it was because we were friends.
Yeah, we can be friends.
We can be. I want to be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that like?
I don't know. Have you ever had a friend?
I've had some friends, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple of friends.
Just one or two friends?
You don't want to have too many of them, because that's weird.
Yeah, it gets to be a hassle if you have too many friends.
I'm highly suspicious of people who have lots of friends.
Yeah?
I think there's something genuinely wrong with them.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a sickness when you know someone who's always going to a birthday party, like every weekend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that level of friends is like probably too many friends.
I feel like if you go to like more than 10 weddings in your life, I think that are not family members' weddings, I think that is suspicious.
Okay. So I've just reached the age where people that I know from college have started getting married.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to have to just keep count.
Keep count.
It's 3 so far.
You're at 3 so far?
Yeah, I only got 7 more left.
7 more, and then you have to choose them.
Yeah. I have to be very particular about whose wedding I go to.
You have to have really good excuses for the ones you don't go to.
That's true.
Unless you don't really mind offending the person, in which case...
I guess they're not really your friend in that case.
What an opportunity to take stock of whether or not you're actually their friend. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's what a wedding is.
That's what weddings are for.
Like a wedding, Super Smash Brothers.
Again, there's something wrong with Super Smash Bros.
Too many friends in Super Smash Bros.
There's 74 characters.
Yeah, if we count Pokemon Trainers 1.
Well, they said today there's 74, and that Piranha Plant is going to be number 75, and that's your pre-order bonus.
And then there's also
5 more.
5 more they're releasing as paid DLC. So the pre-order bonus, it's actually if you buy it before January 31st, you still get Piranha Plant for free.
Yeah.
And they'll probably release it as paid DLC afterward. But it's basically a pre-order bonus.
I feel like, in good faith, they should release it as a free DLC afterward.
I kind of agree with you.
But, I mean, so... when I lived in Japan, I used to laugh a lot at their idea of like value and savings. Mm-hmm. So they said that each of the characters is $5.99 each, or you can buy the character pack for $25. I remember 15 years ago in Japan, it would have been $5.99 each. Well, it would have been like 600 yen each for all 5 characters, and then like 3,100 for all 5, like a tiny bit extra to buy all 5. There would have been no value, or it would have been like if there was a value and they would say you save some money, it would be like 2,900 for all 5. It's like you're saving $1.
It's ridiculous.
It's like you're either saving $1 or like paying an extra $1, and it was mind-boggling to me. So the fact that they're charging less in Japan for all 5 kind of makes me think that they're going to give the Piranha Plant away for free. That's my speculation.
That's
later.
Speculation?
Just later.
Yeah.
Not right away. Not right away.
Oh, no. They'll make you want to have bought it already.
Yeah, because then people are going to immediately discern whether it's a good character or not.
Yeah.
And they didn't even say when it's coming out.
They said
February.
Later.
February?
Yeah. They said February in a press release. So, February. We'll see if they stick to that.
Yeah.
This game looks really fun. I mean, Cecilia is our Smash person at Kotaku, and she's really into Smash as a fighting game. I'm into Smash as a party game, and it looks like a blast to play.
They should have called it Super Blast Bros. So it's got, so speaking of it just being about too many friends, it's just there's so much stuff in the game.
Spirits mode was also revealed today. And
which is like a gacha mode. And
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I saw some internet people being real mad at it, I guess, because why not? But it's like that presentation just kept going. They just kept being like, oh, here's some more stuff, and here's some more, and here's some more. And it's like, just when you thought it was going to end, there's a part at the end where Sakurai is like, when will I ever be able to take a break from Smash Bros? And then it goes on for like 8 more minutes after that.
Yep.
With like one more thing.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's become like a joke that Sakurai hates working on Smash and wants to be free of Smash. And it seems like this Smash game is a Smash they're making so that they don't have to make another Smash for like 10 years.
I have it on good authority, like secondhand word of mouth, like 1 degree of separation, that he really, really does hate working on those games. And he doesn't, and that he doesn't actually like them. So, I mean, take this with a grain of salt. But anyway, who are the 5 characters? Bowsette, Waluigi.
Yep.
Who are the other 5? Who are the other 3?
Goomba and...
Goomba.
Yeah.
Goomba, Toadette.
And the player character, Peachette. Yeah, there we go. We got it.
So we've got, there's still no men in the sky?
There's still no men in the sky, and also no men under the sea.
Oh, no man under the sea.
Yeah, so there was a new update for No Man's Sky this week called The Abyss, and it was a little bit spooky. It's
named
undersea themed.
Named after the James Cameron film, The Abyss.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. I actually used the Stranger Things font for the font on this thing, which I thought was like, you could have picked a different font. Yeah, Sean Murray, I love you, but...
Nobody should ever use the Stranger Things font for anything ever again, especially Stranger Things. Cancel Stranger Things.
He doesn't like Stranger Things. Do you think those kids have too many friends?
No, I think that's an accurate number of friends.
An accurate number. Okay, cool.
However, there's no child who liked the movie The Thing until the year 2007.
That's true.
So, it's inaccurate references, IMO. So there's, I think The Abyss. Have you seen The Abyss?
No, I think I have, but a long time ago.
The Abyss owns. It's about a bunch of explorers who go in a submarine to go to the very, very bottom of the ocean, and it has all these, James Cameron being obsessed with the ocean. It has all those ocean platitudes, or people like, 98% of the ocean, nobody's ever seen it. Like 98% of this planet is unexplored. It has all that. Yeah. It has all that stuff in it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that. That sounds like a fun time.
If they named their expansion The Abyss, is it an expansion? Is it called expansion?
They're giving them free updates. Yeah. So because you don't have to pay for them, it doesn't feel like it is an expansion. It adds way more stuff to the oceans and just changes how they work and what they look like. I went underwater like when the game first released, and there just wasn't really anything under there.
Yeah.
And now they're full of life, and there's like these underwater caves and stuff. It's really cool.
Dogs? Are there dogs underwater?
No, there are no undersea dogs as I have seen so far, unfortunately.
Are there any sort of mammalian predators?
Yeah, there's a bunch. I had to kill one recently, and it felt really bad.
Is there like a saber-toothed whale? What kind of monsters get generated? If these guys made an expansion, a DLC, an update to their space game about submarines and called it The Abyss, and they were not aware that there was a James Cameron film called The Abyss, which people, a lot of people haven't seen that movie apparently. Like, I've met like 3 people who've seen it, and it's weird because it was like a giant
Wasn't it
blockbuster.
like James Cameron? That must have been a huge movie.
It was a huge movie. It was released in the theaters, and then it had a director's cut that's like 50 minutes longer. That's like because that's what they do to all the guys' movies back then, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the director's cut is like way better, and it's like the only cut you can get now. So I guess a couple people saw it in the theater and were just like,
well, I guess it's whatever.
I saw it in the theater when I was a kid because I thought submarines were cool.
Submarines are cool. I've been trying to get the submarine in No Man's Sky like basically all week.
You haven't gotten it?
I haven't gotten it yet. You have to do so many things to get the blueprint for the submarine.
Is it an add-on for your ship?
No, you have to craft it. You get a blueprint for a submarine. So you have to have enough nanites to exchange for the blueprint. And then you have to have the actual elements you need to craft the thing in the blueprint. So like the whole game is just like a series of checklists. That's what I like about it. But I understand if people don't really like that kind of gameplay. But I'm determined to get that submarine now.
No Man's Sky, big to-do list.
Hell
Make a big to-do out of getting the submarine.
I will, because it will take a lot of work.
Did you ever watch that show, Sequest, DSV?
Yes.
With the talking dolphin?
Oh, yeah.
What about the film Hunt for Red October?
Yes, actually, yes.
I like that film.
That film is a good film. I like it.
With Sean Connery's Russian accent.
Oh, yeah.
Harrison Ford is Jack Ryan.
Man, Harrison Ford is Jack Ryan.
Yeah, man, so many people have played Jack Ryan, including
Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office. I watched a little bit of that. And Chris Pine from the Star Trek show, which if you shave the main character of Red Dead Redemption 2 all the way down, he looks kind of like somebody injected air into Chris Pine's face.
Really?
Yeah.
So this week you spent some time making your mans grow a beard.
Yeah, I made him grow a big boy beard.
A big boy beard?
Yeah, basically the kind that only kids who graduate to the big pants are allowed to grow.
Can you grow a beard?
No.
Yeah? This is
No.
about how much you can do?
No, this is less. This is much less than what I can do. I haven't really been shaving like so much lately because I've been sick. I've been sick for about a year.
Yeah.
I wake up with a headache. I go to bed with a headache. My teeth hurt so much it hurts to shave. Just a whole bunch of little things are wrong.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. But
That's good.
yeah, I can't grow a beard.
Yeah.
But
That happens to people.
I'm real good at shaving. I know a lot about razors.
Yeah?
Yeah, I own a vintage carbon steel straight razor and the whetstone and the strop and the.
That's really cool.
But I don't. I haven't shaved with it in several months. If I ever come in, having used it, you could notice because it's a very close shave and I look different.
Really?
I look gross.
You look gross?
I look like I'm made out of leather, like weird alien leather.
Like a leather Muppet.
Like a leather Muppet, yeah. That's how I get Muppetized, is with the straight razor.
Hell yeah.
It just gives a person a weird texture. Yeah, I've been playing this game. Have you played this game?
I played a little bit of it. I only had a couple hours to spend with it because I had to jump into No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
So I basically got through the part that's like, here's how you play the game, which doesn't really
That's
explain
not-
how to play the game.
That's the whole game.
Yeah?
Bro. The whole game tells you how to play the game.
Really?
It's just constantly introducing new stuff. Because you're meant to get to the end of the story. And I'm almost at the end of the story. Like, I don't... Making a video for a game... In order to cover 10 hours of a game in a video, I have to work, like, 60 hours. So, like, making the video. It's a lot of work. So I've been able to, through playing the game for well over 100 hours now, I've gotten about 40 hours into the game. I'm, like, 68% complete.
Jesus.
So it's like I think I cracked 70 the other day, so I'm over 70% complete. So it's like I can see where it's going. But I think the idea is you're supposed to get to the end of the story, and then you just have a good old time.
I mean, yeah, people like these Rockstar games because they are these giant sandboxes where you can kind of just fool around.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the Red Dead games. I haven't played the first one.
Yeah,
but
the first one's good.
Generally accepted amongst people I know that have played it that they have better stories and stronger writing than like the GTA series.
Yeah, it's the same writers, but it's there's a trick, which is that it's like set in a time period, and Grand Theft Auto just kind of like leans on really lazy satire a lot of the time. I mean, no offense, I like those games. I think they're funny sometimes.
Yeah, everybody
But
pretty much likes them.
Red Dead Redemption's just they can't do all the satire, so they just wheel out these tropes and then they shine them up, and it's just it's such a breath of fresh air.
Who doesn't love a Western? Really, I love them.
Man,
I think they're fantastic.
So many people. My friend Brent Porter hates Dusty Cowboys, as he calls them. He's like, I don't want to play no Dusty Cowboy game.
Well, Brent Porter, I do.
Yeah, he loves Knights and Wizards, though. A big fan of Knights and Wizards.
I don't get that.
Oh, so there's a new game by the creator of Undertale.
Mr. Toby Fox.
It's a game called Deltarune.
Yeah, which is an anagram for Undertale.
I was going to say we should joke that pretend we don't really... Are we sure it's an anagram?
It's also an anagram for nude later.
Yeah, it's an anagram for nude later. It's also for Undertale. It's possible it's an anagram for Undertale.
It's possible. We're not sure yet.
We cannot confirm that it's related.
I'm getting reports. Sources tell me that it is an anagram for Undertale, but I have not been able to confirm independently.
Possibly an anagram. Wasn't there a... Yeah, I saw a headline that was like retweeted on Twitter that was like possible anagram, and I was like, I was just L'ing MAO really hard.
Your ass just came off.
No, my arms. I was laughing my arms off. I just laugh and my arms just
flew off.
My arms just kind of balloon giraffe around. So yeah, Toby Fox made the game, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're not sure if he actually made it.
What I thought was cool, Undertale has a huge fan base in Japan. Yoko Taro's played it. Like, people love that game in Japan.
Oh, it's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, they released it in Japanese and English at the same time.
They sure did.
Which is pretty cool.
Well, no, the PS4 version was released in Japanese.
No, I mean for Deltarune.
Oh, for Deltarune, yes. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I mean, that's cool as hell, I think. I have not yet played it. I'm very curious about it. You told me it only takes about an hour to play.
Well, I don't know. I'm getting conflicting reports. Some people said it took them like 3 hours. But I mean, that's all I know. I don't know anything about it because I want to sit down with it.
Yeah, I want to have a cozy little evening with Deltarune.
So
I did not finish playing Undertale and ended up watching a Let's Play, which made me feel kind of dumb. But the bullet hell stuff is just not for me, generally. But I was invested in the story, so I wanted to see how it ended. And I think the story of that game is really great.
So I get a lot of people in that. My nose itches so much. Were you around a dog recently?
No.
A cat?
No.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like there was a dog in this room. Was there a dog in this room?
That's entirely possible.
Because my nose itches so bad. I keep touching it. Don't comment about me touching my nose. I get a lot of people in that. See, my nose. It feels like this usually happens when there's a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only allergy I have is cats and dogs, and it's a really bad one. I hate those things. But what was I saying? Yeah, people always comment on my videos. They say, you should make something about Undertale. You should play Undertale. I actually have a full playthrough of Undertale on my Twitch channel. It's archived. It's also on my YouTube channel. So if you go to twitch.tv/actionbutton, I have a full playthrough of Undertale. And not only is it a full playthrough, it's a full playthrough conducted in one sitting. And it was my very first time playing the game. So
wow, I should watch that.
If you want to watch that, I was just so chilled out and I didn't sleep and just played straight through the game. And maybe I will do that with this Deltarune game.
Yeah,
in here.
That.
Not on Kotaku's channel, but I'll use their equipment. Because
don't admit to this on camera. You know you're being recorded.
No, it's okay to use the equipment here when nobody's here.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I can't stream from home.
Yeah.
I would stream it from home this weekend, but I just can't because my internet sucks. So don't tell me anything about it.
Yeah. We'll update you next week when we've both played Deltarune.
I had two people standing by my desk, two video game people. They know who they are, and they were just talking about it. And just, I had to put my headphones on real fast.
Yeah.
And turn my music up.
Yeah. I don't want to be spoiled for this.
I heard that one part with the, and I was like, oh, man.
So part of the problem with trying to play games right now is that there's too many.
Too many games.
Way too many friggin' games.
TMZ, more like TMG.
Yeah, so I started Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And then
Screedod.
It's really good. I really like it. I was having a great time with it. And then Red Dead came out, so I had to switch gears to that. And then the No Man's Sky update released.
Norman Sky.
The Norman Sky. Now the Norman Sea. And then Deltarune happened. And I want to play all these games.
So Deltarune apparently is a very, very brief investment, and therefore...
Yeah, it shoots up the list.
Yeah, you can put it all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
I, over the past 18 years or so, have observed video game critics and such. And I've been receiving free video games consistently since about 2002. So it's like I'm slightly out of touch with the idea of like buying games. But I can tell you this. Not a lot of games get talked about 5 years after they're released. But through careful study, you can discern what those games are going to be and play those. No one will be discussing a single particular detail in Assassin's Creed Odyssey 5 years from now.
I believe that you are correct. It's a shame
Absolutely.
Because I
Absolutely
really
nobody.
enjoy it.
I mean, I had a real good time playing it for 20 hours, and I was like, but then I realized I had nothing else to do, and it was raining.
Red Dead people will be talking about 5 years from
Red Dead Redemption 1 still gets talked about a lot.
Yeah.
8 years.
Undertale is the kind of game that's going to get talked about 5 years from now. So
Undertale,
I want to play Deltarune because I'm sure it will join that canon, you know?
Yeah, I think it might be like an episode of like something else that's coming later. So it's like, I don't know, Undertale will be talked about 25, 30 years from now.
Oh, yeah,
probably.
absolutely.
So it's like, I mean, who knows if Red Dead Redemption 2 will be talked. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 might not have 30 years.
I think what will overshadow discussion of the game is the conversation that almost overshadowed discussion of the game now, which is about labor practices of Rockstar.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to end up a cultural artifact that is a bullet point in a conversation about labor in games.
Yeah.
More so than it is about the game. Even though the game, it's really interesting when you think about art like this. So me and my roommate, Hillary, shout outs to Hillary.
How you doing, Hillary? I voted for you.
I also did.
Or did I?
We do this thing where we watch these YouTube videos that just run down the Billboard Top 100 from a particular year. And it's amazing how few of those songs we remember.
How many Oscar winners for Best Picture does anybody remember in the last 10 years?
Crash won an Oscar over 2 demonstrably, definitively better movies that no one talks about Crash anymore.
Yeah, it's very, very...
It's a very, very, very bad movie.
Very depressing, yeah.
I think about that a lot with the Marvel movies, because you can tell which of those movies, too, people will talk about.
Which movie won last year?
God, I don't even remember. I don't even remember.
What movie's going to win this year?
It's some bullshit that's going to come out in the next
few
months.
The movies that win are always the movies that are about writers or actors or musicians.
You know, it's a funny way to figure out when they want to make a movie about a writer, actor, or musician, but they don't really want to do that, is when they make the main character an architect. Because they build things. You see? That's why Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother, that's why he's an architect.
Stupid.
Yeah,
How
it is dumb.
I Met Your Mom.
I know. That show's...
That show
hit a sweet spot.
I saw one episode of that show.
Off.
Not even. I saw like 18 minutes of one episode. Because I was trying to get in touch with what the sitcoms were these days, and I was just like, I can't do it. And so I guess that's actually a good question. Maybe this can be next week's episode. What video games do you think people will be talking about 50 years from now?
50 years from now.
50 years from now.
You know what I think is really going to shine just in our memory? Gone Home, honestly.
Gone Home?
It was controversial. I know even saying that you like that game is controversial, but it's less
even
about
calling it a game is controversial.
Yeah, I mean, but this is why people are going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
For 50 years. I believe.
So I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 is not going to be talked about for 50 years because it does a whole lot of stuff, it does a whole lot of new stuff, and it does a whole lot of new stuff well, and it introduces a lot of things, but it's all just writing a checklist for future developers to check off and make better games using the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, it's not a great cowboy story. It's an okay. It's like a half decent.
The first one, though, definitely will be talked about 50 years from now, I think.
Because it's, I don't know, it was so compact.
Yeah.
The first one is such a straightforward story. So 50 years from now.
The narrative of the first one also is a very classic Western in the genre. Doing the same things that a lot of my favorite Westerns, like The Wild Bunch, the Peck and Paw movie is like one of my favorite Westerns. It does that thing where it takes... It just takes the same narrative that most Westerns have and then shines a light on it so you see how actually awful these accidental these peoples are.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about that, but we don't have a whole lot of time to say a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. But, I don't know, anything else you think is going to be talked about 50 years from now?
50 years from now? I mean, I'm going to think about it.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, dude. I remember Bandai saying they had a 50-year plan for Neon Genesis Evangelion, like when they were making it.
I believe that, truly and honestly.